Yeah.
Now, guys, before we get out of here, I'm going to throw you all for a loop because I have a story that I want to talk about that was not on the call sheet that I sent you guys. But there's been a kind of controversy going on the interwebs, in particular Twitter or Twix or X or whatever you want to call it. And basically, people have posted some paparazzi photos of everyone's favorite new starlet, Sydney Sweeney. And they're saying that she's mid, she's a catfisher, and all this stuff. And it was basically just photos of her, sunbathing by her pool, right? But it's opened up this entire conversation of, is she actually worthy of a man's attention? So I'm going to show you guys the pictures here. So this is the tweet where it says this should be illegal. This is what causes misogyny. And so you have a picture of her, done up, but then you have this picture, which are the paparazzi photos of her, and she's just like a regular girl. She's just out there in her bathing suit by the pool. There's nothing.
Really?
That's the creepy part. That to me, the disgusting thing is the one that's taking the photos of it, because it's leave her alone. Just let her be a human being. Gosh.
Right. Yo, man, there ain't nothing wrong with that at all. That's far from mid.
But that's the debate that's going on right now. Is oh, she's not this super hot starlet that she pretends to be. She's just she's no hotter than the average girlfriend or whatever the case may be. But I want to ask you guys: do you think that there's anything to this debate where it's hey, is it okay for starlets to be just normal people, or do they always have to be, someone's fantasy of what they should be?
They should absolutely not have to be a fantasy to anybody. No. I mean, they are human beings, and we should start to treat them like this. I mean, it's just, I've never understood paparazzi. I've never understood the concept of it. I'm kind of happy where I think as a culture moving a little bit further away from that. Obviously, it's still very prominent, but because the concept of stardom, especially during COVID, kind of got hit quite a bit, I feel like it's become a little less prominent. I'm hoping just every year we can get it less and less and less until eventually it's just almost non-existent. Because to me, it's just disgusting, right? For someone to be taking a photograph of somebody who is just trying to have a day off, who's just trying to, just be a human person for a bit. And so that's kind of my thought about it. Because ultimately, it's who cares? Again, she's a beautiful woman, and that's all there is. It doesn't matter what I think. It doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. The question should be are we looking at her as a human being, or are we and others trying to use her as an object? That's what it comes down to.
There are Twitter bros out there who have both said that Margot Robbie and Sydney Sweeney are both mid. Do you think they know what the definition of mid is? What is this debate about women who are mid?
That one about calling Margot Robbie mid, that one was fun because then everyone's pulled up the picture of him this guy is calling Margot Robbie mid. What on earth is going on? I mean, they're weirdos that spend way too much time on the internet disconnected from reality. Of you have her leaning over this, hunched over, and it's look, there is fat on her body. What are we doing? This is the level of insanity to whatever that is. Even the idea that you would want her to be dramatically leaner than that, it's just so detached from reality and weird that even the thought of look, she's catfishing us because this is what she looks like in real life. Right, when someone shows up for a photo shoot, or I was at a awards show Sunday night, so I spent time doing my hair and trying to look my best, wearing a nice suit, so I look better there than if you see me at the grocery store. This is just normal. What are we talking about? But I think people post that stuff because they're trying to rage bait and try and get reactions, and here we are, we're talking about it because it's so perfectly stupid on so many levels of it's dehumanizing. Why is someone taking pictures of her, and why are we analyzing it? Everything about it is so ridiculous, and pretending as if she's not pretty is insane. Pretending as if she's fat is insane. But they just say outrageous things because you get reactions out of it. But that's what the internet does, and we're doing that right now. We're joining in.
Yep.
Yeah, Brian.
Yeah.
I know you're queer, but at the same time, you have to appreciate female beauty. Do you think that Sydney Sweeney's mid?
No, she's super hot. That's And so is Margot Robbie is even hotter than Sydney Sweeney, in my opinion.
And which do you think is hotter, the done-up version or just the regular version?
Who cares? I don't really care. But I do prefer. I don't like makeup and all that stuff. I prefer just women to be natural. But I prefer them to be comfortable. Like, I would not be the guy out there scoping like, "What's up, man? Swinging that. What's up?" I don't know.
Telescopic lens.
Yeah,
You need to comb your beard before you do that, bro.
Yeah, it's pretty weird. Sydney Sweeney is hot. I know we've had this conversation before. I don't think she's very talented. I don't. But I think she's hot, and I think that she's very good at knowing what she's capable of and knowing her brand and pushing it.
That's it.
And that's great. Good for her.
Sydney has some assets that she flaunts and uses to her advantage.
100%.
More power to her.
And I'll watch movies that she's in for that reason, and in hope that other people around her can be charismatic and charming and all that, and make it work. And pretty much the same with Margot Robbie for the most part. I think she's super hot, but I think she's not. I don't think she can carry a movie by herself. Look at
Barbie.
That movie,
Harley
horrible
Quinn.
movie she did.
Harley
Quinn and the Fantastical
Prey.
something vagina.
The original,
monologues.
the original title, Harley Quinn and the Fantabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn.
Retarded. That's
it was Birds of Prey, the Fantabulous Emancipation.
They finally changed it like midway, like first or second weekend. They changed the title.
Yeah, so she can't. I don't think she can run a movie on her own either. Like, I think.
Well, I think we're gonna find out because I think she's working on a new Barbarella remake of the movie, right?
Yeah, but you want to compare it to someone who is an actual mid, but for some reason people prop her up as if she's some kind of like next coming of Marilyn Streep. Is Zendaya, whatever her name is. Yeah. She is not attractive. She's not talented. The way she looks at the camera is like she's just taking Quaaludes and chasing it with tequila. And I don't understand the draw of this person. But the same people that would complain about Sydney Sweeney being mid and Margot Robbie being mid are the same people that prop up Zendaya and act like she's the next biggest thing ever. And when she's not, she really is like totally talentless. She's super plain, and she looks and sounds like she's high all the time.
How dare you, Ryan?
Perfect fit for Timothy Chalamet because Zendaya, they both look like they're just sucking down Quaaludes every day.
Everything that she is in better.
She's horrible.
It just depends on what she's in.
Horrible, dude. And I don't care what she looks like. I'm talking about her talent. She is.
Her talent might be overrated, but yeah, greatest showman. She does a great job in that.
She seems to gave to an extra star.